And how do you think they're gonna feel about their mayor, who is a lion?
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 actors who became surprisingly good voice actors.
Rip it to pieces!
For this list, we're looking at performers who were known for their on-screen appearances before putting out some of their best work as voice actors. If there are any others you think deserve a shout-out, let us know about them in the comments. Number 20. Tim Curry. The English-born Tim Curry began his career on stage before transitioning to film.
Come, we are ready for the floor show.
Reprising his role as Dr. Frankenfurter in the cult classic The Rocky Horror Picture Show, it wasn't long before he secured his place in pop culture.
Well, one of us did. We all had the opportunity.
With roles like Wadsworth in Clue, the terrifying Pennywise in the original It, and the adventurous pirate Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island, Curry impressed with his mesmerizing delivery.
I shall tend to my duty and see to it that every drop of alcohol is thrown overboard.
As it would turn out, that would make him an excellent voice actor. He's worked with Disney numerous times and voiced the hilarious patriarch of Nickelodeon's The Wild Thornberrys.
Take a gander at these almost imperceptible indentations. Can you see them, Eliza? Each one shrouded in mystery.
He also showed he could still be villainous, briefly voicing Darth Sidious in the Clone Wars following Ian Abercrombie's death.
Bring all your focus to him.
But will he not sense our presence?
Number 19. Nathan Fillion. One of geek culture's most cherished actors, Nathan Fillion has been working in TV for decades.
I was just thinking maybe we should discuss the wedding plans.
After breaking through on the sitcom Two Guys and a Girl, he took on arguably his most iconic role as Malcolm Reynolds in Firefly.
I wasn't looking for a fight.
Always do seem to find one, though.
Though short-lived, its cult following and his inescapable charm earned him a lot of love, which he carried to shows like Castle and The Rookie. Fillion is just as adept at getting us to love his characters through his voice alone.
The first one given a ring was not the first lantern. The first was Avra.
He's played Hal Jordan's Green Lantern across numerous DC animated releases and worked with developer Bungie on the Halo and Destiny franchises. Whether it's a bit part or leading role, Fillion's voice shines through.
Before we make this jump, anybody want to say a few words?
I figure if God can hear how scared I am, so can everyone else.
Number 18. Will Arnett. After a string of failed TV pilots, Will Arnett finally got some recognition for playing the magic-loving Joe Bluth on Arrested Development.
Can you drop these off at 2?
Why not?
I'm just a waiter.
With that show's critical acclaim, he would move into comedy films like Hot Rod and Blades of Glory.
Who's gonna save you now, Chaz?
Although he's never shied away from on-screen work, his naturally gruff voice has led to some of his best roles. From Despicable Me to Monsters vs. Aliens, Arnett's voice has been delighting kids for years.
You've been at this for far too long, with far too little success.
He was the perfect choice for a comedic take on Batman in the Lego Movie series.
You did it! You're welcome. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. I'm blushing super hard under the mask.
However, he also showed he could handle much more mature themes through his starring role on Netflix's BoJack Horseman.
Any one of us could get run over by a Snapchatting teen at any moment. And you would think that knowing that would make us more adventurous and kind and forgiving, but it makes us small and stupid.
Number 17. KRISTEN SCHAAL.
Hey, Brett, are you alright? I noticed you weren't on stage and there's a tape and...
Yeah, I'm not in the band anymore, Mel.
With a distinctly hilarious voice, KRISTEN SCHAAL burst into comedy through stand-up and HBO's Flight of the Conchords before becoming a commentator on The Daily Show. She's had many supportive roles in movies and TV, though her voice was destined for greatness. Her breakthrough into mainstream animation came when she signed on for Bob's Burgers as the unhinged Louise Belcher.
Nice! I just brokered the release of my sister's money. You haven't brokered jack!
Her excitable inflection lent itself to further voice work, such as Mabel Pines in Disney's Gravity Falls.
Paging Dr. Waddles, we got a boy here with a broken heart.
She still makes memorable live-action appearances, starring in The Last Man on Earth and the 2020 action comedy My Spy. But it's her voice work that stands out most to fans.
When are we? Oh, wait. Did you already?
I already.
'Cause I was gonna.
Number 16, Jack Black. First breaking into mainstream comedy with 2000's High Fidelity, it wasn't long before Jack Black's manic energy turned him into a star.
Because you could be the ugliest sad sack on the planet, but if you're in a rockin' band, you're the cat's pajamas, man. You're the bee's knees.
From School of Rock to Tropic Thunder to his musical talents in Tenacious D, there's a good chance he made you laugh.
His fingers move with blinding speed. Within my mind, he'll plant the seed.
In 2008, he took on one of the roles that would define his career, Po in DreamWorks' Kung Fu Panda. Black's comedic timing was certainly an excellent fit, but it also allowed him more emotional territory to explore than many previous roles.
Hi! Good morning, Master. I thought I'd warm up a little.
He would also shine in the heavy metal-centric game 2009's Brutal Legend, as well as Kung Fu Panda sequels and spin-offs. His work as Bowser in the Super Mario Bros. Movie was one of the adaptation's strongest inclusions.
We're after years of being sworn enemies. I will ask their princess to marry me in a fairy tale wedding!
Number 15, Matthew Lillard. After breaking out in films like Scream, Matthew Lillard landed the role of Shaggy Rogers in the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. Later in Looney Tunes Back in Action, Lillard meets up with an animated Shaggy, voiced by Casey Kasem.
You made me sound like a total space cadet, man!
I'm sorry you feel that way. I was trying to be real to your character.
This was far from Kasem's first performance as Shaggy, as he'd been voicing the character since 1969. Although Shaggy criticizes Lillard for his portrayal, this scene could actually be seen as one actor passing the torch to another. Kasem voiced Shaggy for the last time in 2009, 5 years before his death.
Like me and Scoob ordered a pizza and then we just fell asleep watching a Vincent Van Gogh movie.
Since then, Lillard has delivered his spot-on Shaggy impression in several animated shows and movies. Like, isn't it groovy how things come full circle? Number 14, JALEEL White. Even if you don't know his name, you probably know his famous character's catchphrase.
Did I do that?
With Steve Urkel originally meant to be a one-off character, JALEEL White's performance on Family Matters turned him into the show's breakout star. However, kids who grew up in the 90s will also probably recognize him as the voice of Sonic.
What is it? Someone you never want to marry. Plus, he's in a bad mood.
White became the first person to voice Sega's mascot in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, a role he would reprise in several other animated outings throughout the decade.
Ballads smelling? Nuh-uh, no way, man. Ballads make me want to hurl. Ugh. All chunkage contained.
Although his output would slow in the following years, White still made memorable guest appearances in animated shows such as DuckTales,
Your wish is my command,
and Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, where he reprised his role as Urkel.
Hey, you're those famous teenage mystery solvers. I'm a huge fan. Fred, you caught the beast of Swamp Town. Daphne, you trapped the monster of Creepsburg. Velma, your glasses correct your lazy eye and your astigmatism.
Number 13, Brad Garrett. Audiences fell in love with Brad Garrett as sad sack Robert Barone on Everybody Loves Raymond, a role that earned him 3 Emmys.
Dude, you are so weird.
Am I Raymond?
However, his booming voice made him a prime choice for voice acting. While he did voice work before Raymond, the recognition he earned led to more high-profile work. With Pixar, he voiced Dim in A Bug's Life.
Hold on, Mr. Ant.
Bloat in Finding Nemo.
Slow down, little fella. There's nothing to worry about.
And Gusteau in Ratatouille.
Commis, they're cooks. Very important.
Ah, you are a clever rat.
With Disney, he voiced the hook-hand thug in Tangled, Chug in Planes, and became the new Eeyore for 2018's Christopher Robin.
It's just the old weather vane.
Great. Now it has a weapon.
That's not to mention the slew of other films and TV shows that have benefited from having him appear.
But despite my evil look and my temper and my hood, I've always yearned to be a concert pianist.
Number 12, Mae Whitman. After making her big screen debut at the age of 6, Mae Whitman has never slowed down, appearing in major movies and acclaimed TV dramas.
What's an alcoholic?
But it wasn't long before animation began calling her name. Her first major animated role came as Little Susie in Cartoon Network's Johnny Bravo.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Sorry, Johnny, can't play now. I'm taking a basket of goodies to my granny who lives in a house in the woods.
She followed that up with Katara from Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender before voicing Disney's Tinkerbell across several animated films. Clearly, her steadfast voice makes her a perfect fit for strong-willed characters.
Terrence? Oh, right. No, I know. You need your space.
No.
She also played April O'Neil in the 2012 Ninja Turtle series and Amity in the Owl House. While she still appears in live-action movies and TV, her voice work is undeniably impressive.
I'll be outside if you're man enough to fight me. I'm sure she didn't mean that.
Number 11. Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown's gruff demeanor and intimidating stature made him a great choice for villainous roles like the Kurgan in Highlander and Captain Byron Hadley in The Shawshank Redemption.
Why should I believe a smart banker like you?
But we'll be forever grateful for his choice to move into voice acting. He's played Superman's arch-nemesis Lex Luthor numerous times, as well as several Marvel characters, including Taskmaster, Red Hulk, and Surtur in the MCU's Thor Ragnarok.
Then you have seen Ragnarok, the fall of Asgard, the great prophecy.
Hang on.
His video game credits are also varied with the likes of Neo Cortex in Crash Bandicoot, Hank in Detroit Become Human, and Hades in God of War 3.
I will see you suffer as I have suffered. Your soul is mine.
However, what will likely go down as his most famous role is that of the greedy Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants, a character Brown nails with every line.
You got yourself a deal! We can lock him up at my place, the Krusty Krab!
Number 10. Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel is a well-known television host and stand-up comedian, but his voiceover resume might take some people by surprise. That's largely because his characters sound nothing like the Canadian actor.
Making that noise.
Believe it or not, Mandel started out voicing the lovable Gizmo in Gremlins. Demonstrating a unique gift for creature voices, Mandel landed a gig on Muppet Babies, voicing Skeeter, Animal, and Bunsen Honeydew for the first 2 seasons.
This is your captain speaking! Everyone to your battle stations!
Adopting a similar one to the voice he used for Skeeter, Mandel played the titular character on Bobby's World, an animated series he also created. To think, Mandel accidentally created this voice at age 11 while choking on birthday cake. Much like Bobby, his talents are anything but generic.
Yay! Roughhousing!
Number 9. Will Friedle. Will Friedle is perhaps best known for playing Eric Matthews on Boy Meets World. In a 1999 episode, Eric tries to impress a girl by claiming to be Batman. What makes this especially funny is that he really is Batman. The same year that episode aired, Friedle took on the role of Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond.
I gave myself time off for good behavior.
As the Batman of the future, Friedle began a highly successful career as a voice actor. Over the years, Friedle has voiced several other superheroes, including Deadpool in Ultimate Spider-Man and Star-Lord in the animated Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, you remembered me. That's just so nice.
Of course, Friedle has also voiced his fair share of sidekicks, most notably Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible.
Every drop counts when you're 1,000 miles away from free refills.
Number 8. Sean Astin. Making his big screen debut at the age of 13 as Mikey in The Goonies, Sean Astin went on to play the titular character in Rudy and Samwise Gamgee in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. In the 21st century, Astin has also branched out with several voiceover roles. In multiple DC projects, he's lent his voice to Billy Batson, also known as Shazam. His most notable voiceover role, though, would have to be Raphael in the 2012 version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I never thought I'd taste anything better than worms and algae, but this is amazing!
Since many of Astin's live-action characters have been humble underdogs, you wouldn't think he'd be the ideal choice to play the turtle with the most attitude, but his take on Raphael was nothing short of badass. Number 7. Freddie Prinze Jr. Through films like I Know What You Did Last Summer and She's All That, Freddie Prinze Jr. solidified his place as one of the 90s definitive heartthrobs.
It's not about that.
While Prinze might not be an A-lister nowadays, he's managed to remain relevant through several memorable roles in animation. Prinze has lent his voice to a few BioWare games, notably playing James Vega in Mass Effect 3.
Nice view. But this place, it's just so
Not what I'm used to.
In Star Wars Rebels, Prince turned in what might be the most compelling performance of his career as Jedi Master Kanan Jarrus.
Go! Lead the ties away and give yourself maneuvering room!
After playing a live-action Fred in 2002's Scooby-Doo and its 2004 follow-up, Prince went on to voice the character in a Robot Chicken sketch, reuniting with co-star Matthew Lillard.
This explains everything.
Number 6. Alan Tudyk. After appearing as Wash alongside Nathan Fillion in Firefly, Alan Tudyk delights in every role he takes on.
They'd be forced to stop and dig out our signal before they could even go anyplace. Well, maybe I should do that then.
Maybe you should.
Whether as an out-of-touch pirate in Dodgeball,
Average Joe's ready. Yeah!
or an unlucky country boy in Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, we never tire of him. That goes doubly for his voice work. Beginning with 2012's Wreck-It Ralph as King Candy,
Have some candy!
Tudyk has appeared in every animated release from Disney as of 2023, and even a couple of live-action ones.
I'm glad to see you again, Dr. Calvin.
He's shown he can be more reserved as well, with roles like Sunny in iRobot and K2SO in Rogue One. On the more mature side of things, he voices both the Joker and Clayface in Harley Quinn, two performances that never fail to entertain. It seems he can do it all.
Did anyone hear a splash? I've fallen in acid enough times to know that there should be a splash.
Number 5. Scarlett Johansson. Having played the resilient Black Widow in the MCU and a seductive alien in Under the Skin, Scarlett Johansson has proven herself to be a very gifted physical actress. Even when you take her body out of the equation, though, Johansson can deliver a powerful performance with her voice alone.
Okay, well, don't worry, I'm not gonna stalk you.
As Samantha in Her, she evolved an operating system into a three-dimensional, fleshed-out character.
How many brain cells do I have?
That's easy, too.
Some argued that Johansson deserved serious awards consideration for her groundbreaking voiceover work.
You can be with me if you want.
Since then, she's lent her distinctive voice to Kaa in The Jungle Book, Ash in Sing, and Nutmeg in Isle of Dogs. In terms of voiceovers, she's certainly come a long way since the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
And what's so wrong with being a kid anyway? Kids rule!
Number 4. J.K. Simmons. This Oscar-winning character actor can do little wrong, portraying a variety of colorful personalities in both live-action and animation.
And how do you think they're gonna feel about their mayor, who is a lion?
On the big screen, Simmons voiced Mayor Leodore Lionheart in Zootopia and the villainous Kai in Kung Fu Panda 3. Some of Simmons' most beloved voiceover roles have been on the small screen, however.
Let your mind and your spirit be free.
He's acted as the wise airbender Tenzin in The Legend of Korra and the mysterious Ford Pines in Gravity Falls. Simmons has even reprised his role as J. Jonah Jameson in various Marvel shows, and also satirized the character on The Simpsons.
Stop the presses, send my wife some flowers, and bring me an Advil. What do you mean you don't work for me? You're hired. Now that you're hired, you're fired. Now that you don't work here, we can be friends. Now that we're friends, how come you never call? Some friend you are. God, I love this business.
Simmons has additionally branched out with video games, voicing Cave Johnson in Portal 2, and commercials, voicing the yellow M&M.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not.
Number 3. Keith David. This charismatic actor can dominate the screen, as demonstrated in films like Armageddon.
The fate of the planet is in the hands of a bunch of I wouldn't trust with a potato gun.
It's Mr. David's deep, booming voice that makes him one of a kind, however. It was perfectly tailored to voice the commanding Goliath in Gargoyles, getting the audience pumped with every word that came out of his mouth.
Take what's left of your men and be gone.
David brought a similar magnetism to characters like Spawn and Dr. Facilier in The Princess and the Frog.
You and I both know the real power in this world ain't magic. It's money. Buckets of it.
His powerful voice has also made him the go-to guy to play authority figures, whether it's the US President in Rick and Morty or the Flame King in Adventure Time. The recipient of 3 Primetime Emmys for narration and voiceovers, he's one of the best in the business.
What is it you seek?
Speak!
Number 2. Patrick Warburton. As David Puddy on Seinfeld, Patrick Warburton proved that nobody can play a meathead better than him.
Yeah, that's right.
With a deep voice that's both laid back and passionate at the same time, Warburton was born for animation. Voicing Superman, he reunited with Jerry Seinfeld for a series of American Express advertisements.
I mean surround sound. It's like you're there.
What are you talking about?
His more mainstream voiceover roles include Joe Swanson on Family Guy, Brock Sampson on The Venture Brothers, and Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove.
Squeaky, squeaking.
Warburton might not have a vast array of different voices in his repertoire, but the signature voice he brings to all his characters couldn't be better suited to the medium. He's simply the best at what he does.
Well, I had a great time.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Mark Hamill. It's funny, as Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill portrayed what might be the most iconic hero in cinematic history. In animation, however, Hamill has primarily specialized in voicing villains.
What do I look like? Pest control?
While Hamill's played a few heroic characters like Skips on regular show, his more sinister roles include the Hobgoblin in Spider-Man, Colonel Muska in the English dub of Castle in the Sky, and Fire Lord Ozai in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If you have any real courage, you'll stick around until the sun comes out.
He's even returned to a galaxy far, far away, tapping into his dark side as Darth Bane.
The Sith killed each other, victims of their own greed.
Of course, Hamill's most acclaimed voiceover role would have to be the Joker in various DC properties. When it comes to evil cackling, Hamill always gets the last laugh.
Made you look!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.